Good morning, all of you. Uh, Today's next topic is acute toxicity. Okay, so in this chapter, though I have given acute toxicity, uh, we'll be discussing not only about the acute toxicity, but about subacute toxicity and chronic toxicity. Okay, so this is a small topic which is given in your theory syllabus, and the same topic is also coming in our practicals also. So in theory topic, it is just a description or just a small introduction about what is acute toxicities, what is acute toxicity, and what are the other toxicity studies such as subacute and chronic toxicity studies, and what are the parameters which is considered in these toxicity studies. Okay. But I'm not going deep into the OECD guidelines. So the oral toxicity, OECD guidelines and all will be discussed in our practical syllabus. Okay, so we will see what is acute toxicity first. Okay. Acute toxicity describes the adverse effects of a substance that results either from a single exposure or from a multiple exposure in a short space of time, usually within 24 hours. Okay, so that is acute toxicity means it is this actually gives an idea about the adverse effects of a substance. Okay, so adverse effect of a substance which is produced from a single exposure of the single exposure of the drug. Okay, so single exposure of the chemical agent. Okay, so or it can be a multiple exposure in a short space of time, that is within 24 hours. Okay, so the drug should not be given beyond 24 hours. Okay, so with an exposure of a drug, multiple exposure of a drug within 24 hours of time. Okay, so what are the adverse effects happening out of that drug? Okay, so that adverse effects has to be monitored for about 14 days. Okay, so to be described as acute toxicity, the adverse effect should occur within 14 days of administration of the substance. Okay, so here the drug will be administered as a single dose. In most of the cases it is single dose, or it can be administered as a multiple dose also, but the total duration of drug administration should not go beyond 24 hours. Is that clear? Okay, so within 24 hours of time, with the single dose administration or multiple dose administration, that is divided dose. Okay, multiple dose means it is not same drug is repeatedly so many times. Okay, so maximum like 2 or 3 times a day, and it should not be it should not go beyond 24 hours. Okay, so so that is and then the animal will be observed for 14 days. Okay, so what are the adverse effects which are coming out of this? Okay, so in 14 days of time. Okay, so that will be that is considered in case of acute toxicity studies. Okay, so acute toxicity is distinguished from chronic toxicity or subacute toxicity study, which describes the adverse health effects from a repeated exposure, often at a lower level, to a substance over a long period of time. Okay, so that means the subacute toxicities and chronic toxicity studies, they are carried out for a long period of time. Okay, so probably month or years. Okay, so and the animal will be observed for a long period of time. Okay, so here acute toxicity means either single administration of drug, single dose of drug, or the drug is administered within as a multiple dose within 24 hours, and the animal will be observed for 14 days. Okay, whereas subacute and chronic toxicity study means the drug will be administered regularly over a period of time, over some months or few days or few months or years. Okay, then all this during this period of administration, the animal will be observed. Okay, so that is called as the other long-term toxicity studies, including subacute and chronic toxicity. Whereas acute toxicity study means it is a single exposure of drug. Okay, it is, and also it is widely unethical to use human as a test subjects. It is not recommended to use human as the subjects for the acute toxicity studies or chronic toxicity study. It is 100% unethical. Okay, and the animal and only the animal should be used for the toxicity study. Okay, so for in majority of the toxicity studies we use rat and mice. Okay, the main reason is whatever the drug which you are administering, in many of them is oral toxicity study. Acute toxicity studies are oral toxicity studies. There are parenteral toxicity studies also, but in many of these oral toxicity studies, and rat and the mice are used because they don't possess the vomiting center. Okay, so whatever the drug which you are administering, even if it is not palatable, okay, so drug will not come out of the body. Okay, so 100% of the drug reaches the GIT, and you will get the effect for the total quantity of the drug. Okay, so because of that, because of this reason, rat and mice are commonly used as a animal of choice for the this oral toxicity studies. Okay, so it is human selection of human volunteers is not recommended, or it should not be done for the acute or chronic toxicity studies. And but some kind of information can be gained from the accidental exposure of humans. Okay, so like due to laboratory factory accidents. Okay, so such due to some accidental exposure of the chemicals with the humans, certain kind of informations will be available. What are the kind of adverse reactions, like what kind of manifestations are shown in the individuals. Okay, so on exposure to this particular chemical, so such kind of symptomatic exposure, and which part of the body is getting affected more. Okay, so all this kind of information will be available with accidental exposure of the chemical to humans. Okay, so otherwise it is not recommended. It is highly unethical to use the human as the subjects for toxicity studies. Okay, so all this toxicity, so always toxicity studies gives the information about the safety of the agent. Okay, so whether what is the purpose of doing this acute toxicity study? To see what are the adverse effects which are going to be produced in the animal, what is the extent of adverse effect, whether it results in the death of the individual, or what is the dose at which the death can be produced. Okay, so all these informations will be available from the acute toxicity studies. Okay, so generally after the acute toxicity study we get the LD50 value. Okay, so after doing the acute toxicity study, the LD50 is the lethal dose, 50%. Okay, so that is the dose required to kill 50% of the animal. Okay, so that is called as a LD50 value. Okay, so by calculating the LD50 value, we can calculate the therapeutic dose. Okay, so that is 1/10 of the LD50 is the therapeutic dose. Okay, so after doing acute toxicity, we'll be able to get the LD50 value. So once you get the LD50 value, 1/10 of the LD50 is your therapeutic dose. Okay, so the ultimate goal of doing acute toxicity is to find out our therapeutic dose. Okay, so after doing acute toxicity study, one will be able to determine the therapeutic dose of a drug. Okay, so because from the acute toxicity study we will get the LD50 value, that is LD50, LD50, LD represents what? Lethal dose. Okay, so what is the dose required to kill 50% of the animal? Okay, so from 1/10 of that is your therapeutic dose. Okay, so you will get the therapeutic dose of the drug. Okay, so this therapeutic dose therapeutic after knowing therapeutic, so if 2000 is if the LD50 value, okay, so 1 by 10th of that, that is 200, so 200 mg per kg, okay, so that will be your therapeutic dose. Okay, so that is how we are calculating the therapeutic dose of a substance. Okay, so after getting therapeutic dose, the one can use the drug for any kind of in vivo studies. Okay. Okay, so here okay, so what we were discussing is like it is highly unethical to use the humans as the subjects for toxicity studies. Okay, so toxicity studies should not be done in humans. Okay, because this all these toxicity studies is meant to identify the possible adverse effects of the drug. Okay, so what are the adverse effects of the, what are the possible adverse effects of the drug? Okay, so that can be determined using acute toxicity studies. Okay, so without ensuring the safety of the drug, it should not be used in humans. So that is the logic behind here. Okay, so after ensuring the safety only, the drug will be used in the human volunteers. Okay, so first we need to ensure the safety of the drug in animals. Okay, so once the safety of the animal is done, okay, so that is toxicity is done, then the all kind of what are the other possible toxicities which are seen in the animal. Okay, so and also the long term toxicity studies has to be done. Okay, so after doing all these things, once a drug clears the preclinical study, then only the drug will be taken for the clinical trial. Okay, so in the clinical trial, initially it will be tested in very few number of healthy volunteers. Then in the phase 2 and phase 3 trials, the drug will be tested in more number of individuals. Okay, so that is how normally the drug discovery process goes. Okay, so the in a first thing is the ensuring the safety of the drug. Okay, so for that only this acute toxicity studies as well as the long term toxicity studies are carried out. Okay, so by doing acute toxicity, you will be able to determine the possible adverse effects of a drug after the single exposure of the drug or multiple exposure within 24 hours, and then the animal will be observed for 24 hours. Animal will be observed for 14 days. Okay, so to see the possible adverse effects. Okay, so once it is once the drug is found to be safe to be used, then the long-term toxicity studies will be carried out to make sure what are the possible adverse effects on long-term exposure of the drug. Okay, so that is how the toxicity studies are carried out. Okay. Most of the acute toxicity data comes from the animal testing, or more recently from in vitro testing methods, and inference from the data on similar substances. Okay, so that is about the acute toxicity study. Next, coming to the and a few things about the OECD guidelines also. There are several OECD guidelines that are available for carrying out the acute toxicity studies, like including OECD guidelines 423, 425. Okay, so up and down procedure. Okay, so all these things are these are the guidelines given by the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, that is OECD. Okay, so to carry out the various oral acute toxicity studies. Okay, so the one can anyone, any researcher, anyone who are going to work with any herbal formulation or any kind of pharmacological products, so they can, to determine the LD50 value, we need to carry out the acute toxicity studies. Okay, so by determining the LD50, one can calculate the therapeutic dose, and the therapeutic dose can be used for the in vivo studies. Okay, next, coming to the acute after acute toxicity, next is the subacute toxicity studies as well as the chronic toxicity studies. Okay, so this subacute and chronic toxicity studies both are repeated dose toxicity studies. Okay, so only difference is there is some differences in the period of drug administration. Okay, so always when we talk about the chronic diseases such as diabetes or kind of arthritis. Okay, so any such studies, so the drug will be administered for a long period of time. It is not like 1 day administration or 3 days or 5 days administration. Drug has to be administered for a long period of time. Okay, so in order to predict the long term toxicity of the drug, okay, so that is toxicity because of long term administration of the drug. Okay, so that obviously this toxicity due to long term administration of the drug differs from the toxicity with the short term administration of the drug. Okay, so there will be depending on the type of the drug. Okay, so toxicity, some drugs will not show any toxicities with the 1 day administration or 3 day or 5 day administration. Okay, so they may show the toxicities with a long term administration. That is generally because of accumulation of the drug in a particular tissue. Some drugs will get accumulated in the liver and shows the liver toxicity. Some will get accumulated in the kidney, shows kidney toxicity. Some can get deposited in the skin, or some will get deposited in the brain tissues. Okay, so depending on the affinity of the drug, okay, so it can get accumulated in the various organs. Okay, and causes the toxicities and can damage the organ. Okay, so such kind of toxicities will be seen only in the long term administration of the drug. Okay, so which will not be manifested with the short term administration of the drug or single dose administration of the drug. Okay, so any kind of immediate effect, immediate allergic reaction, or immediate adverse reactions can be seen with the single dose administration or short duration of drug administration. Okay, whereas long term toxicities can be seen only with the long term administration of the drug. Okay, so the subacute and chronic toxicity studies are the long term toxicity studies, which will actually gives an information about the in which part of the body the drug gets accumulated, what are the possible long term adverse effects of the drug. Okay, such information will be available from the subacute and the chronic toxicity studies. Okay, so then and also another point which I want to say here is the drug will be taken for the subacute toxicity studies only if it's found if it clears acute toxicity study. Okay, so if there is no much observable adverse effects, okay, so in the acute toxicity study, then only the drug will be taken for the subacute toxicity study. Okay, so if the drug is found to be toxic, okay, so if it is not safe to be used in the animals, okay, then if it is found to be toxic or not safe to be used in the animal from the acute toxicity result, okay, so then the subacute toxicity will not be carried out. Okay, so if it is found to be safe in the acute toxicity study, so acute toxicity means single administration of drug. Okay, so in that experiment, if the drug is found to be okay, or this drug is found to be safe in the animals, okay, then only it will be taken, then only the drug will be taken for the subacute toxicity studies. Okay, and if it clears the subacute toxicity study, then only the drug will be taken for the chronic toxicity studies. Okay, so acute is only for 1 day, subacute is generally done for 28 days. Okay, so if this 28 days subacute toxicity is cleared, okay, so animal is safe after the 28 days of drug administration. Okay, so if all the parameters, everything has to be checked, and if it is safe to be used, then only the drug will be tested for the chronic toxicity. Okay, so if the drug is highly toxic in the subacute toxicity itself, okay, then what is the point in using it for subacute toxicity? It is a waste of animals and the waste of time, isn't it? Okay, so it will not be carried out. Okay, so and also after doing subacute toxicity study, if the drug is safe in the animals, then only chronic toxicity studies will be carried out. Okay, so here, repeated dose toxicities testing using oral administration of the test substance in rodents, that is in rat as well as the mice. I told why the rat and mice are generally used. Okay, the reason for selection of these animals I've already told. For 28 and 90 days is used to evaluate chronic toxic effects. Okay, so primarily effects on various organ system and to establish a no observed effect level, NOEL. NOEL means no observed effect level. Like no EL is no observed adverse effects level. Okay. So here chronic toxicity testing consists of oral, dermal, inhalation, subacute, inhalation, subacute, repeated dose studies. Okay, so toxicity, chronic toxicity studies, generally chronic represents long term. Okay, so the subacute means the testing, the drug is administered for 28 days. Okay, so subchronic represents 90 days of drug administration, and the chronic dose toxicity studies mean here the drug is administered for 6 months. Is that clear? So that is how they differs. Okay, subacute means the drug will be administered for 28 days. Subchronic means the drug will be administered for 90 days, and the chronic toxicity studies mean the drug administration is done for 6 months. 6 months or more. Okay, so that is called as they are the different chronic toxicities or the long-term toxicity studies. Okay, the end point of repeated dose testing consists of an evaluation of clinical observation, blood analysis, whole body gross necropsy, microscopic examination of the organs and tissues, that is histopathology. Okay, so at the end of all the toxicity studies, okay, so even if it is acute toxicity study, that is single dose administration of the drug, then the animal will be, that is the drug will be administered on the first day, then the animal will be kept for 14 days. Okay, that is acute toxicity study. So subacute means the drug will be administered repeatedly for 28 days. Okay, so continuously 28 days the drug will be administered, and after the last dose administration, after 24 hours of last dose administration, animal will be sacrificed. Okay, similarly for subchronic also 90 days continuously drug has to be administered, and on 91st day after 24 hours of last dose administration, animal will be sacrificed. Okay, similarly chronic also for 6 months continuously. Okay, so after completion of this period of study, the animal has to be sacrificed. Okay, so before that, gross examination of the animal has to be done. For any daily, that will be done, gross examination, any kind of changes in the fur, any more lacrimal secretion, or any kind of skin changes or eye changes. Okay, so all these things, and also the urine output. Okay, and the water intake, food intake, that how much of the food is consumed, how much of the water is consumed, any kind of lethargy to the animal, all these has to be observed every day for the animals. Okay, so it is a very tedious work doing the toxicity studies. Okay, so much of effort is required in this. Okay, so all these things has to be done on daily basis, and at the end of the study, animal has to be sacrificed, all the internal organs has to be isolated. Okay, so all the internal organs, right in the brain, heart, liver, lungs, stomach, intestine. Okay, so pancreas, and all the testes, ovary. Okay, so all the organs has to be isolated, and that will be studied for the histopathology to see any kind of drug accumulation in the tissue. So what are the kind of toxic effects seen in these organs? Okay, so any kind of malformation or any kind of damages in the organ. Okay, so just to see that all the organs will be isolated and studied for the histopathology. And apart from that, the clinical examination of the animal will be done, and the blood has to be separated. The blood will be studied for the has to be studied for the liver enzymes, and all the like analysis, urine analysis, like protein analysis has to be done, albumin, globulin, total protein. Okay, so urea, uric acid, all these things has to be done, and the serologically, sorry, in the biochemically, all this analysis has to be done. And then macroscopic examination, that is gross analysis of the isolated organ has to be done. Okay, so gross morphology. Okay, so gross morphology has to be done for the isolated organ, and then the organs will be kept in the formalin and will be sent for the histopathology. Okay, so all these are very, very important to study the toxic effects of the drug. The objective of the chronic toxicity studies covered by this test guidelines include identification of the hazard properties of a chemical, identification of the target organ, characterization of the dose response relationship, identification of no observed adverse effect level, prediction of chronic toxicity effects at the human exposure, provision of data to test hypothesis regarding the mode of action. Okay, so the main objective of doing the this kind of toxicity studies is to find number one is identification of the hazardous properties. Okay, what are the possible toxic effects of the drug? Okay, so how much toxic? Okay, so when you do the acute toxicity single drug administration, that time itself we will get to know whether it is what is the extent of toxicity. Okay, so if it causes the death of the animal, okay, then we cannot do the further test. Okay, so how much hazard the chemical is. Okay, then identification of the target organ. Okay, so when you do the subacute toxicity studies and the chronic toxicity studies, we'll get to know which organ is mainly getting affected. Okay, so where the drug is getting accumulated. Okay, so target organ can be identified. Okay, then to an extent we can find out the dose response relationship. Okay, so what is the, by doing acute toxicity we are finding the LD50 value. Okay, that is lethal dose 50 percentage. Okay, then from that we can calculate therapeutic dose. Okay, so dose response relationship can be calculated from here. Then identification of the no observed adverse effects level. Okay, so what is the dose at which it shows no observed adverse effects level? Okay, so the dose limit which can be considered as the no observed adverse effects level. Okay, so that can be means dose at which there is no adverse effects. Okay, so that is called as a NOEL. Okay, so that can be determined. Okay, then also some kind of prediction of the chronic toxicity effects in the human exposure. Okay, so when the drug is getting exposed to humans, so to an extent we can predict what are the possible adverse effects in the humans. Okay, so that can be interpreted from the animal data. Okay, so animal, if lung is the possible or the targeted organ for the accumulation. Okay, then it results in the what kind of abnormality. Okay, so to an extent that will be similar in the humans also, not 100%, but we can have some predictions. Okay, so what are the possible adverse effects in the humans? Okay, so that can be predicted from this animal data. Okay, then some kind of hypothesis for the mode of action. Okay, so as I said, it is not 100%, but there will be variations because these humans and the rodents, they belongs to different species. Okay, so there will be variations, but to an extent we can we will get to know what is the possible mechanism of action. Okay, so these are the outcome or of the toxicity studies. Okay, so we can consider it as like these are the objectives of doing the acute toxicities as well as other long-term toxicity studies. Okay, so what are the initial considerations? Okay, so before starting with the toxicity studies. Okay, so first, description of the method has to be described very clearly. Okay, so when you go with whatever the kind of toxicity study, method should be clearly described. Okay, because we have already discussed. Okay, so animal usage is not that easy. There are a lot of restrictions in the using the animal. Okay, so whatever the study or research which you are going to do, you are accountable for the animals. Okay, so like you have to clearly state how many number of animals you are going to use, and you have to justify the usage of animals. Then selection of the species, which species you are going to select, why this species, why not other species. Okay, so that has to be clearly described. Then housing and feeding and consideration, what kind of housing conditions you are going to give, what are the feeds and what kind of feed and what kind of water you are going to give for the animals, and the preparation of the animals for the study. Okay, so that is acclimatization of the animals to the environment, Okay, so all those things. Then preparation of the dose. Okay, so how the drug you are going to administer. Okay, so whether what kind of solvent you are using, what are the doses, whether it is as per the standards or not. Okay, so that has to be clearly stated in your methodology. Then observation, what are the parameters which you are going to observe. Okay, so blood analysis, urine analysis, then serum analysis, and gross morphology, then necropsy studies, microscopic studies. Okay, so all these things has to be clearly stated. Then ophthalmological examination, body weight, food and water consumption, how much food and water the animal is taking per day, because that has to be, you have to measure and keep. Okay, so every day you will measure and keep, that is 100 ml of the water will be kept, or some 20 gram of the feed will be kept. Next day morning you have to see the quantity, how much is left. Okay, so you have to measure it. Is out of 20 grams 10 gram is left, that means 10 gram is consumed by the animal. If out of 100 ml of the water some 50 ml is left, or some 80 ml is left, okay, that means 20 ml is consumed by the animal. Okay, like that on daily basis you have to write that also. Okay, and weekly basis we will take the body weight of the animal also. Okay, so we need to see the how much what is the food consumption. So first week, or how much is the food consumption, whether there is increase or decrease in the second week. Okay, so food consumption is increased or decreased, water consumption is increased or decreased. Based on that, to an extent, the illness of the animals can be, we can, to an extent we will come to know whether about the health of the animal. Okay, so if any toxicities happens in the animal, then food intake and water intake will obviously will reduce. Okay, so all these things has to be checked properly. Then hematological studies, clinical biochemistry will be done. Then pathology, that is histopathology, has to be done at the end of the study. Okay, so what are the, all these things are the parameters which you are going to consider for the all kind of toxicity study, not only for the acute toxicity study but also for the subacute and the chronic toxicity studies. Okay, then when after carrying out the test, okay, so the test report should have certain information. So what are the information should get covered in the test report. Okay, so test report should include following information. Test reports means after finishing all the kind of studies, the animal is sacrificed, all the analysis are done, then you have to prepare the report. Okay, so to see what kind of toxicities are observed in that. Okay, so in this it should include the physical nature of the drug, whether it is solid, liquid, what it is. Okay, so what kind of drug it is. Okay, so it is any kind of metallic preparations or any kind of chemical, what kind of substance it is. Okay, then purity of the chemical, and physicochemical properties of the drug, then identification data. Okay, so any herbal formulation means. Okay, so all the identification has to be done, like all like test for carbohydrate, test for flavonoids. Okay, so all that for glycosides, alkaloids, all the different types of phytochemical test has to be done for the animal. And all the kind of identification test. Then the source of the substance. Okay, so from where it is obtained. Okay, so what is the substance is. Okay, so any herbal preparation. Okay, so the source has to be clearly stated in that. Then if it is any pharma product, then batch number of the preparation. Then what kind of vehicle which you have used. Okay, so what is the, whether it is distilled water or any other substance like sodium, CMC, or anything, whatever. Okay, so what is the vehicle used here, and also justification. Okay, so why this vehicle is used. Some people will use olive oil. Okay, some will use buttermilk. Okay, so why the particular vehicle is used. Okay, so depending on the type of the chemical, they can use the vehicle. Okay, so but the justification has to be given. Okay, then if it is other than the water. Okay, so then about the animals. Okay, so this what type, what species is used, and the what strain is used, and justification why this is used for this study, and age of the animal, sex of the animal, number of the animals in each group. Okay, so that at the start of the experiment. Okay, so if any of the animal die in between, you cannot replace that animal. Okay, because the study has already started in the from the day one. Okay, so in between you cannot replace any animal. Okay, so if the animals dies in between, then immediately if next day, one day morning, if you are seeing the animal is dead, okay, so immediately the dissection of the animal has to be done. All the gross you cannot take the blood, but all the internal organ has to be taken and sent for the histopathology. That is post-mortem study has to be done to find out the cause of the death. Okay, so that is very, very important for all kind of toxicity study. Even if it is for acute toxicity study also, if the animal die before 14 days, okay, before completion of the 14 days, then immediately the animal has to be dissected. All the internal organs will be taken, and some gross morphology of the internal organ has to be done there itself. Take the weight of the organ, and then the animal will be washed properly, and that will be sent for the histopathology. Okay, so to find out the cause of the death. Okay, so if it is subacute and chronic also, okay, if in between the animal dies, this has to be done. Okay, so otherwise after completion of the, and if one group contains 10 animals, okay, so then at the end of the study, sometimes from that group only 5 will be remaining. Okay, so 5 have died in between. Okay, so that in between died animals has to be done then and there itself. Whatever the remaining animals, that will be sacrificed, and all these examination will be done at the end of the study. Okay, so no kind of replacement for the dead animal will be done here. Okay, then number, age, sex, everything has to be noted in that report also, and source and housing condition, and what kind of diet you are giving. From source means animal source, from where it is. Okay, from where you are procured the animals. Okay, so from wherever you are procuring, at the study center, animal has to be acclimatized for 3 to 5 days. Okay, then only you will initiate the study. Okay, so source has to be clearly mentioned, and housing condition has to be what is the room temperature, what is the humidity, all those things has to be recorded in the report as well as in the methodology also. Then what kind of diet you are giving, and always the water should be distilled water. Okay, so all these things has to be clearly stated in this. Then individual weight of the animals at the start of the test. Then also survival data. Okay, so that's what I'm telling. Okay, so in between, if how many animals dead, and like what you have done with the dead animals, and at the last day, how many animals are survived. Okay, so all this, and body weight of the animal. On weekly basis you have to record the body weight, and based on the increase in the body weight, dose has to be increased also. Okay, so if you are starting like some 50 mg per kg, if that is the dose of the drug which you are giving. Okay, so then after 1 week animal body weight is increased, then based on how much of the body weight is increased, based on that you have to do the calculation and increase the dosing also. Okay, so like for 100 gram body weight animal, some 0.5 gram is given. Okay, so then if the weight becomes 200, you cannot give 0.5, you have to increase to 1 gram, isn't it? Okay, so based on the body increase in the body weight, dose has to be revised. Then food consumption and water consumption has to be calculated on daily basis, as I said. Okay, so you give some 20 gram today, next day morning you calculate how much is consumed. Okay, so that also has to be recorded, and the graph has to be plotted. Okay, so to see whether there is increase in the food consumption or decrease in the food consumption, increase in the water consumption or decrease in the water consumption. Okay, then toxic response data by sex and dose level, including the signs of toxicity, has to be done. Okay, then nature and incidence, and the duration of the clinical observation. Okay, so any kind of observable effects are seen. Okay, so increase in the lacrimation or any change in the skin color. Okay, so any such things are observed, then that has to be noted very carefully. Then ophthalmological examination, that is what I'm telling you. Okay, so increase in the lacrimation. Okay, so clinical biochemistry test, that is blood has to be, before sacrificing the animal, blood has to be taken by retroorbital route or by cardiac puncture also. By any of the mode, the blood will be withdrawn, and the blood has to be sent for the hematological study as well as for the biochemical study. Okay, so biochemical studies like SGOT, SGPT, ALP, ALT, all these liver enzymes and bilirubin, then that is proteins. Okay, so albumin, globulin, all these things has to be analyzed by biochemical test. Okay, then urine analysis has to be done, then terminal body weight has to be measured, organ weights, after isolating the organ, immediately organ weight will be measured, and then only it will be washed and taken for the histopathology. So always when the organ is taken for the histopathology, cut it into two half. One half will be given for the histopathology, one has to be preserved also. Then detailed description of all the treatment related and histopathological findings and absorption data has to be given. Okay, so these are the requirements for the in the results of the chronic toxicity study. Okay, not only chronic toxicity, all the toxicity studies, acute toxicity as well as the subacute toxicity studies. Okay, so that is about the different toxicity studies, and I hope you understood it. So thank you so much. So thank you for listening to me.